The new villain in Boruto has already arrived, sending him running in fear. For those who thought that Code would be the final villain, this new antagonist has come to be the biggest threat so far, surpassing Momoshiki and Ishiki, with the potential to wipe out all shinobi. In today's video, we'll understand everything about this new villain, including their powers. And honestly, I don't know how Boruto will manage to face off against this new villain. How Code created this villain. The origin of this new villain is directly linked to Code. After Ishiki's death, Code used his claw-mark powers to literally split the Gyuubi into 1,000 parts, but in this process, he added his Shinjutsu, which comes from Shibai to the Gyuubi. It was at this moment that the Ten Tails began to change its nature, which was previously all about devouring chakra and forming the chakra fruit. However, with Code's modifications, the Gyuubi gained its own consciousness, objectives, and a desire for knowledge. All of this happened because the Gyuubi gained Code's powers, and as a result, it started evolving in a different way. Code's dirty claws are like a miniature Gyuubi with the same desire to consume chakra and form the chakra fruit. That's why they transform their victims into trees, because the divine tree does the same thing by trapping everyone in its roots and absorbing their DNA and chakra. The chakra of everyone trapped in these trees is controlled by the Gyuubi itself, but thanks to changing its nature, it is using this chakra to create clones with the same powers and appearance as those trapped in the trees, like Sasuke's clone in Bug. But these clones also have the chakra of the Ten Tails. How the Gyuubi is creating clones. One of these clones is Bug. We found out that he was caught by a dirty claw and turned into a tree. In Chapter 4, Boruto had a brief confrontation with him, where it was revealed that this clone is stronger than the previous creatures because he managed to pressure Boruto with his wood-style technique. However, Boruto escaped the attack using the Hiraishin no Jutsu. This Bug clone also possesses a Rinnegan, so we might see the 6 paths in the upcoming chapters. The second clone is Mogi's, as indicated by the resemblance in appearance, especially the hair. This clone used an Earth-style jutsu that Mogi used against Amado in Chapter 44 of the manga. Like Bug's clone, she also has a Rinnegan. The next clone took everyone by surprise, as it was revealed that Sasuke was turned into a tree and used as a base to create a new villain. This clone looks exactly like Sasuke. In this chapter, this villain used the Chidori against Boruto, but he managed to defend himself using a Rasengan. This clone also possesses a Rinnegan and can likely use other powers of Sasuke, such as Amaterasu and the perfect Susanoo. These powers are expected to appear as they continue to evolve. The powers of each clone. But first, let's understand the powers of each clone. The first one is Bug's clone. He demonstrated the ability to use wood style. As being part of the divine tree, this ability is a basic power for the clone. This villain managed to create a wooden head and put pressure on Boruto for a few seconds. He showed great physical strength and resilience, as he was able to withstand Boruto's lightning style attacks. Additionally, this villain also possesses the Rinnegan and the 6 paths. The next villain is Mogi's clone, Konohamaru's childhood friend. This villain demonstrated the ability to use Earth style, as she managed to trap Boruto for a few seconds. Moreover, Mogi is a user of Mokuten, so this villain is likely to use this power in the future, in addition to the powers of the Rinnegan. The third clone is Sasuke. Since he was defeated by a dirty claw, the Gyuubi used his body to create a clone based on his powers. This villain was able to use Sasuke's Chidori and Code's claw marks. Possibly this Sasuke clone can also use Sasuke's special Rinnegan powers, such as Amano Tejikara and the Space-Time Jutsu. In addition to the Susanoo, this villain promises to be the strongest after the group's leader. The new villains are evolving. If you already think these villains are powerful, brace yourself, because they're going to get even stronger. For those who didn't catch it, in the Boruto manga it was revealed that the Ten Tails is evolving more and more, not only in its powers, but also in its personality. With the alterations that Code added to the Ten Tails, he ended up turning the Ten Tails into an intelligent being with its own will. Now the Ten Tails is essentially an Otsutsuki with a thirst for knowledge and power. The leader of this new group mentioned that Boruto cannot escape his fate, meaning the Ten Tails wants Boruto's body to create a chakra fruit and vastly increase its powers. As if that weren't enough, even the clones can evolve their abilities. They are still assimilating the chakra of the Ten Tails and the powers of those who were trapped in the trees. For example, in Chapter 4, Sasuke's clone only used Chidori, but in the upcoming chapters he might use Amaterasu. the powers of the Rinnegan, or even Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, as the villain possesses all the Uchiha powers. We also don't know if the clones can use the 6 paths of the Rinnegan and the wood style or not. In any case, this new arc promises a lot. Who is the leader of this new group? Now let's talk about the leader of this new group. He is the villain who appeared flying in the chapter, and we know this because this villain exudes an air of superiority different from the others. Additionally, this new character is the only one with the 6 paths symbol on his back, the same symbol that Madara and Obito gained after obtaining the power of the Ten Tails. So we know he's the leader of the group. The symbol indicates that this villain possesses the power of the 6 paths and the Rikudo chakra. Therefore, we can expect several stolen powers from this character, along with an incredible regeneration ability, since he is the Ten Tails itself, with consciousness. This villain couldn't be a Shiki or a Jigen, because the Ten Tails never absorbed their chakra or DNA. So the best explanation is that this appearance was created by the Ten Tails itself, after evolving. Another piece of evidence that this villain is stronger than all the clones is that it took Boruto and Code a while to detect his chakra. He showed that he is the most intelligent in the group, by revealing to Code that he evolved thanks to the claw marks. The true power of the Gyubi, the leader. As for the main villain's powers, we know that he has the 6 paths chakra, so he may awaken the Gurudama in the upcoming chapters, because being the Ten Tails itself, this villain can use this power just like all the previous Jinchurikis of the Ten Tails. By using the Gurudama, he can nullify ninjutsu, create any weapon, and even disintegrate anything. Another confirmed power to appear is the Rinnegan. Since he is the current main villain, the manga has the responsibility to develop this character as an incredibly powerful antagonist. Otherwise, we won't believe he is truly strong. The last thing we want is another disappointing villain like Code. Another power that this villain is likely to awaken is the Bijudama. However, I'm talking about the Ten Tails Bijudama, so they will be more potent than the regular ones. This villain could create variations of this power, similar to what Naruto did with the Rasengan. We also have to consider that we will see new Shinjutsu in the story, because this is the highest level of power in the series, and this villain needs to be superior to be respected. Another thing this villain can do is absorb the Dirty Claws, to increase his own power level, and even achieve a new transformation. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this new villain will surpass Ashiki's powers or not? Leave your opinion in the comments below. And remember, I'm making several videos about this new phase, so be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Right now there are 2 epic videos playing. Click on one of them, and I'll see you in the next video.